You should be able to brag about your accomplishments once in a while.
So should you. I mean, the guys are never shy about bragging.
Tell me about it.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times the Big Bang Theory got serious.
Too bad. I forgive you anyway. And I forgive myself for taking so long to do it. Oh my God, that feels so good.
For this list, we'll be looking at times this long-running sitcom got real about relatable personal or world issues. Which serious Big Bang moment resonated with you the most? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Change-inflicted anxiety. Sheldon Cooper does not like change.
Then what can I do?
Leonard, I am overwhelmed. Everything is changing and it's simply too much. I need to get away and think.
The mere thought of the tiniest shift in the status quo is enough to throw him off balance. While many of us can adapt to our ever-changing worlds with relative ease, there's no denying that the unknown can be scary. Throughout the series, Sheldon's forced to face his fear, whether it's getting intimate with Amy, dealing with new living arrangements, or even his life-changing Nobel Prize win.
This is something I've wanted my whole life, but I guess I never considered how everything would be different.
Buddy, I know it all feels overwhelming right now, but I promise you, things will settle down.
His overwhelming anxiety in these moments evokes his fight or flight response, and he often opts for the latter, until his friends help him get through it. Next time you feel distressed about changes in your life, just try to remember Penny's comforting words.
So, I guess the only thing that actually stays the same is that things are always changing.
Number 9. Body image struggles. Body positivity can be quite challenging, especially when we can consistently compare ourselves to others by just opening an app on our phones.
Amy?
Raj, please, not now.
What's wrong?
My picture's all over the internet and I look terrible.
Amy's often been the target of less than kind comments about her appearance, but we always admired her for staying true to herself. When Raj, no stranger to body issues either, finds her crying in the bathroom after seeing her photo plastered across the internet.
But who cares? You just won the Nobel. You should be proud of this moment.
I know I shouldn't care about how I look and I never thought I did. It's stupid and shallow, but I just can't help it.
It's heartbreaking that social conditioning can overshadow something as monumental as a Nobel win. Still, this is an issue many of us can relate to.
Am I really this frumpy?
No, you are a beautiful woman.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to look good, but beauty comes in many forms, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Number 8. Mistreatment of others. Playing into their age-old nerd trope, the guys often shared stories about how they were tormented by their schoolmates.
There's this guy, Jimmy Speckerman. He used to torment me in high school. Sent me a message through Facebook. He's in town and wants to have a drink.
And even in adulthood, they hadn't been able to avoid that unpleasantness altogether. In one episode, the tables are turned when the guys are unfairly mean to Penny's beau, Zach.
You can be real jerks. Shame on all of you.
What the hell did I do?
You laughed.
However, the most notable example is when Leonard faces one of the biggest antagonists of his youth, Jimmy Speckerman. Leonard lists all the awful things he did, showing how these things stay with you and can even have long-lasting effects.
Man, I don't know what to say. I always thought we were just having some fun.
Well, it wasn't fun for me.
Meanwhile, Penny learns she wasn't so kind in her youth either. Still, Leonard doesn't get the reckoning he hoped for, but his fear, hurt, and anger are all too recognizable. Number 7. Relationship timeline pressures. Many of us feel like we're racing against a clock if we're not at the life stage ingrained societal norms tell us we should be. From first kisses to first I love yous, and even first times. Big Bang has covered it all.
I want you to know that you don't have to say it back. I know you're not ready, and I don't want you to say it just because social convention dictates
I
that
love you too.
Of course, a prime example is Sheldon and Amy's relationship. The duo moves at a pace that's right for them, regardless of what anyone else thinks.
Before I met you, I never had any interest in being intimate with anyone.
And now?
And now what?
Even if Amy gets a little frustrated, neither pressure the other into big relationship steps until they're both ready. If any relationship taught us that love and life aren't a race, it's Shamey's.
I don't know what to expect.
Neither do I. But we can find out together.
If that's not couple goals, we don't know what is. Number 6. Women in science. According to the STEM Women website, women make up less than half of the professional science industry.
It's not just giant nuclear weapons that can destroy the world. As a microbiologist, I can tell you, even the tiniest organisms can still tear you a new one.
After Bernadette and Amy joined the gang, the show tackled this subject several times. Bernadette often talks about how hard she fights to be taken seriously, while Amy bears the crushing weight of potentially being the 4th female Nobel Prize winner in physics.
It's too much pressure. You know, it was bad enough when I was letting us down. But now if I don't win, it's like I'm letting all women down.
Both also divulge that they feel they must underplay their success to their respective partners. When the guys are tasked with encouraging a group of young ladies to consider a career in the sciences, they hand over the reins to the experts. Watching them share their passion for their jobs dressed as Disney princesses is truly a stroke of brilliance.
The world of science needs more women, but from a young age, we girls are encouraged to care more about the way we look than about the power of our minds.
Number 5. Financial distress. Although it affects us all in one way or another, conversations surrounding money tend to make people uncomfortable. However, the Big Bang writers don't seem to be in that category.
Oh, God, no, I can't. Look, Sheldon, honey, I don't want things to be weird between us.
Won't it also be weird if I have to say hello to you every morning on my way to work and you're living in a refrigerator box and washing your hair with rainwater?
Throughout the series, Penny, Stuart, and even Raj struggle financially. Luckily, they have great friends who can and are willing to help them out.
Anyway, thanks again. Hey, look at that. You got a Raj, we got a Stuart. Maybe we should take them both to the park, let them run around together.
We also see Penny deal with debt, which, thanks to Leonard, comes back to haunt her in season 9. The show also addresses how money can impact relationships, whether it's Bernadette out-earning Howard or Leonard struggling with the economic shift in his and Penny's dynamic.
You guys ever fight over money?
Sure, sometimes. I mean, it could be a little awkward since I make so much more money than Howie.
You didn't have to say so much more.
When it comes to financial woes, The Big Bang Theory is usually on the money. Number 4. Not all women feel maternal. And that's okay. We could practically hear the collective sigh of relief when Bernadette told Howard that she didn't see motherhood in her future.
Right. When it's our kid that's ruined my body and kept me up all night and I've got no career and no future and nothing to be happy about for the next 20 years, sure, that'll be completely different.
In a world that tells women that not wanting kids is unnatural or selfish, it's a huge deal to see someone like Bernadette on our screens. Later, she worries that the societal dictated maternal gene isn't kicking in even during her pregnancy.
Raj, why don't I care about anything?
I'm sorry?
It's my baby. I should care about nurseries and colors, and I don't. What's wrong with me?
And her anxieties about motherhood interfering with her career are super relatable too.
Because I'm up for a major immunotherapy study, and if they find out I'm pregnant, they might give it to someone else.
Would they really do that?
I know they would. They did it to Barbara Chen last year when I told everyone she was pregnant.
In season 12, Penny also reveals that she isn't sure she wants children. Sure, both become mothers in the end, but the idea that it's not the only path for women is still out there. Number 3. Mental health. In a society that's only beginning to grow more comfortable discussing mental well-being, it's great seeing our favourite TV show join the conversation. Although the show also touches on other disorders, it primarily focuses on anxiety, the most common mental health issue in the US today.
We are testing a new medication for social anxiety, panic attacks, agoraphobia, and obsessive compulsive disorder. Why would they be looking for test subjects here?
We've already touched on Sheldon, but Leonard battles his own demons while Stuart talks openly about his. Raj's ex-girlfriend Lucy also struggles with debilitatingly severe anxiety.
Lucy has some social anxiety issues. Maybe we could start with something simpler.
And many of us probably first heard about the rare but real selective mutism because of the show. By giving us characters with relatable issues, audiences could feel a little less alone in the world.
I've been trying to force myself into situations that I'm not comfortable with. I saw the fire in the store window and I made myself go in.
And if they could overcome their hurdles, then so could we. Number 2. Complicated parent-child relationships. Throughout the series, the main gang endured less than ideal parent-child relationships.
He just stopped playing catch with me. I wasn't Slugger anymore. Your mother's here.
Penny's father wished she was a boy. Raj is too dependent on his folks, and Sheldon and his mum often clash. Howard's relationship with his mum is infamously unhealthy, and he often mentions that his dad walked out on them. He eventually finds closure for his absent father when Sheldon unearths an old letter from him.
Actually, I don't want to know. I want all of them to be true.
Well, one of them is.
That's pretty cool.
Also, whenever we meet Leonard's mum, we can see how her distant parenting style hurt her son.
Hanging out with me and coming to my lab. I thought we were enjoying each other's company, but it was just research.
Indeed, just as he thinks they're growing closer, he's bitterly let down once more. However, his choice to forgive her is powerfully poignant.
I forgive you.
I didn't ask you to forgive
Too
me.
bad. I forgive you anyway. And I forgive myself for taking so long to do it.
It's comforting to see hope in their reconciliation.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Losing a parent. Dealing with loss is never easy, and grief is very personal.
What are you doing?
Comforting you?
Your heart might be in the right place, but your head, chest, and arms certainly aren't.
For instance, after Professor Proton passes away, Sheldon, Leonard, and Penny each mourn for him in their own way. We also learn that grief is at the core of Sheldon's hatred for Christmas.
You asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I told you my pop-pop, because that was the year my grandfather died. I missed him, and I wanted him back.
But in season 8, we all had to say goodbye to the one-of-a-kind Mrs. Wolowitz, after her voice actress Carol Ann Susi tragically passed away. The most moving moment is when Sheldon comforts his friend, knowing all too well the feeling of losing a parent.
When I lost my own father, I didn't have any friends to help me through it. You do.
Back at the apartment, Leonard delivers a heartfelt toast in honor of Mrs. Wolowitz and Susie.
Loving mother to all of us. We'll miss you.
After watching that episode, we all hugged our loved ones a little tighter.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.